Hello, One Hunter here again. Now today, we'll see a match between Fire Nature and Shadow Frost. Start the game with xNTxFarRock facing MoRoTrOuS. Standard start. Shadow going Dread Charger, Fire going Scavenger. It looks like they both mean to take a well. At this point, looks like FarRock could be going for a mid fight, but they both shy away again. They could also just be stalling in order to take another well. Here we go. MoRoTrOuS starts summoning Forsaken, and we should see some counter Sunstrider summoned here. There we go. Oh, and Thug's used by FarRock, which he should be focusing on these Forsaken over here. There he goes. Looks like MoRoTrOuS frenzies his Forsaken, but they're going to die quite easily. Good eruption there. But he loses the Scavenger anyway. But he fends off the attack pretty easily. In the end, FarRock has an advantage here, as his opponent used 160 power, while he himself lost 135. Looks like MoRoTrOuS is going to go tier 2, pure Shadow, while FarRock is going to stay tier 1 and take a second well. This could work very well for FarRock, getting an early advantage, as long as he doesn't wait around long enough in tier 1 for his opponent to create a Harvester. And as long as he doesn't sit there while his opponent sits there idly, that should not happen. I mean, even if it did, I've seen Spinach before beat a Harvester in tier 1 with just Sunstriders, while losing no wells. Looks like FarRock goes here to intercept. He should summon another Sunstrider back here in order to attack the Nightcrawler. There's no doubt he's going to try to get here in Frenzy. Oh, second Nightcrawler. I'm not sure why he was sending his army away. And he should see some damaging the Nightcrawlers and then an eruption soon afterwards to finish him off. Oh, there's the eruption. Kills both them. 120 power for 75 power in return. And he's left over with units. They could continue. You could just continue to defend here. Well, I don't think it would be smart for FarRock now to start attacking a Shadow Splash with all S units. It'd be smart to keep up on wells and then soon get tier 2 afterwards. He takes tier 2 in the center. A very risky and offensive maneuver. FarRock at this point should also have an advantage, so he should be attempting to take another well up, but perhaps a different position so that Phoenix spam isn't very viable. Oh, Shadow Mages. That's 3 Shadow Mages right off the bat, going to attack this monument. I can really not see the smarts in this from MoRoTrOuS. Actually, he should be trying to conserve his Shadow Mage charges, not waste them like he is now. I'm guessing we'll see an eruption. Yep, there we go. Kills them. FarRock also only used the eruption as tier 1 units to defend. And here we see 3 more Shadow Mages, which means MoRoTrOuS has now gone through half his Shadow Mage charges, which is a very, very poor planning maneuver, especially because Shadow Mages are his most important asset. And it looks like all 3 will die. Oh, perhaps not. Oh, yep. All 3 will die, countered by 120 power, putting FarRock at another advantage. And he took another well down here. That is about 40% of the way paid off. Another 2 Shadow Mages. Now 8 charges gone. Then I'm guessing we'll see countered up. Oh, that was, yep. Countered by Lava Field. Still okay. He still had an advantage even from before. and he seems to have grown gun-shy after seeing a Night Guard. The 9th Shadow Mage here, perhaps we'll see the 10th, nope, we see a Nightcrawler instead, going to attack this monument, which FarRock really should have been preparing from the beginning, as attacks like this, even though they are inefficient, can eventually get the monument down. In cases of attacking against non-Frost Splashes. As his monument is down to less than 1,000 health right now, and that Night Guard was able to steal those Scythe Fiends, but it should be able to take them back very soon. And here we should see a swap. There it goes. And this Night Guard should go down pretty easily. Surprised we're not seeing a Roots here in order to stop it. Oh, but here we see a Harvester after that Shrine of Greed was used, which cost MoRoTrOuS an immediate 100 power, gone forever, but instead he gets half his Void back. While I don't think this was very smart early on, it could end up paying off for him, especially because that Night Guard's going to be able to take that Skyfire. FarRock really should have been summoning more units earlier on, and now he really has himself in a bind. He should attempt to root now. Oh, that was a very, very poor Nether Warp. He should get this Harvester down, but he should be summoning a second unit. There he goes. With that Skyfire, which he should have moved away. And not summoned it straight inside of that Nether Warp. Another Nether Warp. I'm guessing he's using it to try to heal. Is it even the healing Nether? No. It looks like he will get the monument down, but his Harvester should drop soon afterwards. This is actually one of the cases that I think the purple Gladiatrix might not be better in defense because of the fact they can't micro as well, even if it is stopping Buster being reapplied, which is a very, very valuable skill. You should Hurricane the Skeleton Warrior's way because they're currently going to kill his Gladiatrix. Well, unless it... Oh, it looks like it is going to die. FarRock starts to rebuild his monument, as we see a second Shrine of Greed that will no doubt lead to a second Harvester. That's the second well gone then from using the Shrine of Greed, and here comes the Harvester. That means even though he lost the monument from before, FarRock could easily be at an advantage right now, was the fact that he has had to kill 2 wells from doing that. Not a very smart idea from MoRoTrOuS to have a second well there because he needed that 100 power to attack, but he had a very, very good nasty Nightcrawler there that was able to kill a Skyfire and a Gladiatrix. FarRock's doing a decent job at microing here, and you should see him disenchant this. There we go. He loses a well, but in the end it actually just puts him even again because he lost a well from before. Because MoRoTrOuS lost a well from using Shrine of Greed, and he now has a large force to attack. But he should watch out because Nightcrawlers very easily could kill all 3 of those Skyfires in one hit. Instead we see an Aura of Corruption. And another warp back in. But due to the fact that it's a healing Nether Warp, and actually healed his units enough that they were able to escape, and MoRoTrOuS really just didn't have the power to use the Aura of Corruption. It was more of a fake out than anything. Now he is very poorly going to use the Shadow Mage to attack up there, meaning he's just going to lose it. There it goes. Dies rather pointlessly, and we see a third Shrine of Greed. It's going to give about 250 back for a third well lost. And at this point, FarRock really should be splitting his army up to attack 2 different bases. Because attacking one base like this with Aura of Corruption just isn't a smart idea. I wish we see Orb trapped in here with a Harvester right afterwards, if he can nether warp them back. Yeah, Harvester, now. Yep. Kills his army that he easily could have saved by splitting up right there. Not a good move by XNTxFarRock, but maybe he can have some pressure here. He should either heal these burrowers or oink that Shadow Mage. Instead, looks like they're gonna die. He now has to deal with this Harvester after losing a very large army of his own inside of the Orb of Corruption. Yeah, it looks like those burrows die and he kills that Shadow Mage for the Void power. And he could... Looks like MoRoTrOuS could be going tier 3 after this Harvester. Harvester looks like it's going to drop without being able to get a well, but maybe in the end. So he'll go down. He really should have used that Hurricane earlier, as it's been killing his gladiatrixes pretty consistently. We see another Shrine upgrade, a 4th. That means a 4th well going down. While XNTxFarRock has only really lost 1 well and 1 monument. But at the same time, he's also down wells. Oh, never mind. What am I talking about? He's actually even on wells. Well, that could be a good nether warp, except for the fact that it heals, and he's not going to be able to stop. And he gets nether warp back himself, meaning XNTxFarRock's going to easily be able to get tier 3 here. Ooh, looks like XNTxFarRock is using Brute, a very good card. It actually has the highest attack out of any MM unit in tier 2. Let's see if it can... Looks like it's going to lose to the frenzied Nightcrawler, but it's also able to take it out itself. Now we see a Gregory as his monument attempts to go up. Looks like it's going to come up the same exact time he gets out of roots, and we're going to see some Giant Slayer spam as MoRoTrOuS uses Taunt. Unfortunately, he did not have enough power for life weaving used initially, meaning he lost tons and tons of health from that Gregory that he really could have saved. Even so, looks like he could save it, but another Giant Slayer here should finish it off. And he's just out of range of that orb, so realistically the orb actually could have killed him, which it looks like it might now. Good Mauler, killing that Ashbone, making it worthless, as the orb kills the Gregory. You don't see that every day. XNTxFarRock now uses his 2 reskinned ogres here to now go to attack. It looks like he's going to be able to stop the Ashbone with them. The introduction of Mauler's range blocking abilities really was a buff to nature staying tier 2, especially against the very strong Ashbones that were signatures of fast tier 3 factions. That Ashbone goes down without a fight.
Your forces are under attack.
And if XNTxFarRock could get something going here, he easily could be able to start winning. Looks like we have an attention from Aragorn X. Oh, it looks like he was able to save that well just before the Phoenix drop by repairing it. And he should really make this Giant Slayer charge a second time. Ooh, but he's gonna get the well done anyway. Good job by him. And now we see a giant amount of Giant Slayers charge that Gregory only to be killed. It looks like he lost about 300 power some units there compared to 250 used by his opponent, the Nasty that Gregory. And these 2 ogres now decide to attack this monument, only to be stopped by a Knight of Chaos. That should make quick work of both of them. The Sun Reaver should get this orb down pretty easily. Looks like he's going to. Sun Reaver's orb attacking capabilities are fantastic. And I would say it's one of the stronger options in tier 3 at this point. And without that second Shadow Monument, MoRoTrOuS is going to have a very hard time defending, if he's going to be able to defend at all, seeing as a lot of his strongest cards are actually double Shadow Orbs, as well as the fact that he ran himself out of Shadow Mage charges trying to collect Void for those Harvesters. Looks like his orb's going to go down, and that's the end of this game.
A monument has been destroyed.
And there goes the monument in the well, and his entire base falls with
A
it.
power well is under attack.
MoRoTrOuS, even though he has about 400 power at this point, looks to be done, as FarRock himself has even more, with his tier 3 still
A
intact.
power well is under attack.
I'm guessing they're talking, which is why they weren't leaving, but good game by both players. MoRoTrOuS should have been more careful with his Shrine of Greeds, which are really what put him into a disadvantage.